Warriors NRL fanatics, welcome back to the YouTube channel, and this is going to be my NRL Round 16 tips. It is Beanie for Brain Cancer Round for the Mark Hughes Foundation. It is always special, every year we have this sort of round, and yeah, it's great actually. So if you haven't got a beanie already, go and purchase one at your local IGA or Lowe's shop, or you can purchase one online. So yeah, Mark Hughes Foundation, Beanies for Brain Cancer Round. So yeah, let's get into it now. It's going to be a great round of footy. I'm looking forward to it. There's a few good games. So yeah, let's get into the round. So on Thursday, the 30th of June, it sees the Manly Warringah Seagulls taking on the Melbourne Storm at 4 Pines Park in New South Wales. And it kicks off at 7:50 PM Australian Eastern Time, 9:50 for viewers who are watching the game back in New Zealand. Now, in terms of the betting prices at Sportsbet here, the Manly Warringah Seagulls are paying $3.10. The Melbourne Storm are paying $1.37 there. So, as you can tell, they are the favourites going into this game. Look, the Melbourne Storm sit in second spot on the ladder, and I believe the Manly Warringah Seagulls sit in 10th spot. So, it is a very important game for the Seagulls. They need to keep on winning to push themselves in the top 8. Melbourne Storm, well, look, they are favourites and they probably should win this game based on, their form. And I am going to tip the Melbourne Storm here to win by 12 points. Now, in terms of anytime try scorers, I'm going to go with Morgan Harper. I'm going to also go with Justin Olam, and I'll go with Cameron Munster to score. On to Friday the 1st of July now, and it is 2 games on the Friday night. And this game isn't going to be a great one to watch, to be completely honest. It is the Newcastle Knights versus the Gold Coast Titans, 2 very struggling teams this season so far, not doing great. And this has been played at McDonald Jones Stadium in Newcastle, and it kicks off at 6 PM Australian Eastern Time, so 8 PM for viewers in New Zealand. Now, the big out here for the Knights is Kalen Ponga. He's out due to concussion, and replacing him at the fullback spot is Tex Hoy. Now, the betting prices here have the Newcastle Knights at $1.85 at Sportsbet. Gold Coast Titans are $1.95. Now, I found this game very difficult to tip because you don't know what you're going to get with either sides. Like I said there, Gold Coast Titans struggling, and they're sitting in 15th spot on the ladder. Newcastle Knights, well, they need to really win this game to keep their top 8 hopes alive at the back end of the year. And look, Newcastle, they have struggled at home this year. Their form hasn't been great there at Newcastle's, at McDonald Jones Stadium. They've conceded a lot of points as well, and I believe they've only scored 1 try or 1 or 2 tries in their last couple of games at home. So that's not great form to have going into this game in your home venue. And look, the Gold Coast Titans, for me, well, they're a team that, on the day, the Titans can cause some troubles. So, but in saying that, now, who do I trust more? Well, I am going to say the Newcastle Knights here to win. Now, look, I'm not really confident in this tip, but I will go with the Knights, and I think it will be a high-scoring game because both these teams cannot defend for their lives here. So I'm going to go with Newcastle Knights by 8. Now, in terms of an anytime try scorer, I'm going to go with Dominic Young, Dane Gagai, and I'm going to go with AJ Brimson for the Titans. On to the last game on Friday night, sees the Penrith Panthers versus the Sydney Roosters at Blue Bet Stadium in Penrith. It kicks off at 7:55 PM Australian Eastern Time, so 9:55 PM for viewers in New Zealand. Now, the Penrith Panthers come into this game sitting pretty at the top of the NRL ladder. The team to beat, and no doubt the premiership favourites going into the end of the season. And look, the Sydney Roosters, well, they're struggling actually. They're surprisingly in 9th spot on the ladder. They're not doing particularly well. Now, this game kicks off at 7:55 PM Australian Eastern Time, so there'll be 9:55 for viewers in New Zealand. Now, the betting prices at Sportsbet in Australia have Penrith Panthers $1.15 favourites. Sydney Roosters are $5.50. Look, really, to be completely honest, there's not much to say about this game. I'm just going to state it, and it's going to be a Panthers win here by 20 plus points. They will be far too good for the Sydney Roosters down there at Bluebet Stadium. A tough place to go and play a team that is on a massive roll as well. So, Panthers to win for me by 20. In terms of anytime try scorers, I'm going to go with Isaac Tago and Stephen Crichton and Brian To'o. On to the Saturday, the 2nd of July. Now, there is 3 games on Super Saturday. It's massive triple header. And it's the first game, the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs versus the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks. And this game has been played at CommBank Stadium in Western Sydney there. It kicks off at 3 p.m. Australian Eastern Time, 5 p.m. for viewers in New Zealand. And the betting price here at Sportsbet have the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs $3.10. Cronulla Sharks are paying $1.37, so they are favourites in this game. Now, look, the Bulldogs have really turned a corner lately. They've won their last 2 games, particularly beating the West Tigers and also the Parramatta Eels. And look, they've got some confidence now, and yeah, boy, you know, they have turned a corner in the last couple of weeks. But in saying that, the Parramatta Eels, you know, they played the Parramatta Eels, and the Parramatta Eels were dreadful in that game, particularly, you know, and also the West Tigers. Well, the West Tigers aren't really doing well this year either, so, you know, it's really hard to get a read on it. But, you know, still, full credit to the Bulldogs. You know, they're winning what's in front of them there at the end of the day. But the Cronulla Sharks, as for them, well, you know, Cronulla Sharks have had a very interesting season so far. They're sitting 4th spot on the ladder currently. Look, to me, watching the Cronulla Sharks, you know, I don't know, they haven't been that as convincing as they look. You know, they sit in 4th. They're doing well, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, I thought they had a good start to the season, you know, and then they started to be a little bit up and down in terms of their form and performances. But look, you know what? I am going to do it here. You know, call me crazy. I am going to tip an upset. I am. I'm going to back an upset here. And I am going to go and tip the Bulldogs by 10 points. I believe they can get their 3rd straight win in a row. And in terms of anytime try scorers, I'm going to go Josh Adokar and Jake Overillo to score, and Sione Katoa for the Sharks. So, Dogs for the upset for me. On to the next game now, and it sees the North Queensland Cowboys versus the Brisbane Broncos. And this game has been played at Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville. It is the Queensland Derby in this game. It's going to be massive. It's a huge one. And it kicks off at 5:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Time and 7:30 for viewers in New Zealand. Cowboys, they are paying $1.50 at Sportsbet. The Broncos are paying $2.60. Boy, whoever wins this game is going to get bragging rights. And the Cowboys did get the bragging rights over Brisbane earlier this season when they travelled down to Brisbane to take on the Broncos. They got the win in that one. And look, the Broncos, well, they're looking to even up the ledger here and go 1-1. And also, they're looking to close in on the top 4 with a victory. So, for the Cowboys, if they win this game, they're pretty much going to seal their spot inside that top 4. And in saying this, I think it's going to be another close encounter between these sides. And I am going to go and tip here the Cowboys by 1 point. 1 point. Now, in terms of a anytime try scorer, I'm going to go with Valentine Holmes and Scott Drinkwater. And I'm also going to go with Hamiso Tebai Fidel. And also, I forgot as well, just quickly, I forgot about the betting prices. Yeah, the Cowboys are paying $1.50 at Sportsbet. Brisbane Broncos are paying $2.60. So, I'm going to go Cowboys by 1. And an anytime try scorer, like I said, Val Holmes and Scott Drinkwater and Hamiso. And also a field goal by Scott Drinkwater. On to the last game now of Saturday. It sees the South Sydney Rabbitohs versus the Parramatta Eels at Accor Stadium in Sydney. Now this game kicks off at 7:35 PM Australian Eastern Time. So that'll be 9:35 for viewers in New Zealand. At Sportsbet, the betting prices have the Rabbitohs $2.50, Parramatta Eels $1.54 favourites. Look, I am going to tip the Parramatta Eels here to win, and I think it'll be a very good contest. Now, I'll go by 4 points. Anytime try scorers, I'm going to go with Dylan Brown, Latrell Mitchell on return, massive in for the Rabbitohs there, and Alex Johnston and Will Penasini. So, Parramatta Eels by 4 to win over the Rabbitohs. On to Sunday, the 3rd of July. Now, this is the homecoming. It's the New Zealand Warriors and the West Tigers. Now, I am going to do a separate preview video for this game, so I won't do my predictions here. So if you want to watch my predictions and thoughts ahead of that game, that'll be in a separate video. So, yeah, moving on to the last game now of the round. It sees the St. George Illawarra Dragons versus the Canberra Raiders, and it's at Wynn Stadium. Kicks off at 4:05 PM Australian Eastern Time, so that'll be 6:05 PM for viewers in New Zealand. Now, the Dragons are paying $2.25 at Sportsbet, and the Canberra Raiders are paying $1.65. Boy, this is a massive game. It is another huge game as well for both of these teams. Now, the Dragons, they sit currently inside that top 8 spot. They're sitting in 8th, and the Raiders are sitting in 10th spot. This is a very difficult game to tip. It's a hard one to call. It could go either way. The Dragons are at home here. I don't know how. They are outsiders in this game. I really don't. Look, the Raiders have shown some good form lately as well. The Dragons did last get a victory over the Rabbitohs before the rep round. So, look, it's a flip of a coin. It really is. You know, it could go either way. You just don't know what could happen in this one. You know, both of these teams have the potential to call themselves the top 8 side come the end of the season. And it's so important as well. So, in saying that, I'm going to tip the Dragons here. I am going to tip them by 6. I was very close to tipping the Canberra Raiders in this game. Very close. But I'm going to tip the home side here. Dragons by 6. Now, in terms of an anytime try scorer, I'm going to go with Nick Kotrick, Moses Sully, and I'm going to go with Zach Lomax. So, Dragons to win by 6. So, yeah, that wraps up my NRL Round 16 tips for Beanie for Brain Cancer Round for the Mark Hughes Foundation. Let me know who you're tipping and why in the comment section below for this week's games. And if you're new to the channel and you're watching these videos, I would appreciate it if you do. Make sure you click that subscribe button down below, guys. It really does help the channel a lot. And yeah, it also shows that you support the content as well. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click that red subscribe button. It was also free as well. It doesn't cost a thing. So also don't forget to like the video. Click the thumbs up on the video as well. And click the bell so you don't miss a notification when I upload on the video. When I upload a video on the channel next, or when I go live as well. So you'll be notified when I do the content. So click that bell. But thanks for watching, everyone. And yeah, look, I will see you all in the next video.